Welcome back to another video, guys. If you guys just watched my last video, I just made that one before. I'm now making this one. So today we took one trade on Tqqq, and it was to the upside, obviously. And we took a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio with approximately 300 shares at an average fill price of $79.43. And essentially what happened was, this is like one of the most textbook beautiful plays I've ever seen in my entire life, and I'm going to break it down for you guys because I feel like I could, this could bring a lot of value to your lives. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start by deleting these, and because those are from a different day, and I'm going to break down exactly what I was looking at. First, starting with the fact that we had the 15-minute range form. So we have a 15-minute high right here. Boom. Grab the other line. 15-minute low right here. Boom. What do you notice about the 15-minute low? Okay. 15-minute low never gets closed below on the 5-minute. Does it get closed below on the 2-minute? Yes, it does. But what is it doing after it gets closed below on the 2-minute, right? It's coming down and it's running into resistance, 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 flip, price comes back, support. There's that, and then I will say on top of that, we had pushed up overnight, and I was expecting some sort of pullback. We're at all-time high area, so more than likely with all-time highs, all we really do is slow grind up. You can clearly see that's exactly what we did today. All we did was slowly grind up. But basically with this trade, all I was looking for was, how do I find direction? And I find direction by using this 15-minute orb. And I'm not talking about a specific, close below or close above or whatever. Just in general, if you just sit back and you just watch how price reacts off of these 15-minute orb levels, you can get a good idea of how direction is going to go. So when we create the 15-minute high, we have a reject, and then when we create the 15-minute low, we end up having a support. Once we get that support, two things, or one thing you notice, first off, two things overall, but the first thing is we run into previous resistance, now turn support. We get a reaction off of that. Not only do we get a reaction off of that support, but we're also simultaneously getting a reaction off of the 15-minute low. And if we switch to the 2-minute time frame, we can also see that price pushes up, and on this candle right here on the 2-minute time frame, break structure to the upside. Once we break structure to the upside, I'm now watching to see how price reacts at the top of the 15-minute orb. There are three main ways that you can play the 15-minute orb. The obvious ways are having price break above or below the 15-minute orb, and as soon as we close above or below, you take your position, set your stop loss, and do it that way. The other ways are waiting and watching price to see how it reacts at the midline of the 15-minute orb. Right? So we obviously get a rejection at the top, support at the bottom. We get another rejection at the top up here. And what did we do when we came through to get this rejection at the top? We ended up ripping through the midline, aka the 50% Fibonacci retracement of the 15-minute orb. Once we get the close above that, we get the reject. I instantly know we got to close above the 50% retracement. We got a close above, or a break of structure on the 2-minute time frame, and then we got to pull back to EMAs, or now back above VWAP as well. There's a million confluences that you could look at, but the main ones I would say to watch are look at break of structure on the 2-minute, and then how is price reacting to the high and low of the 15-minute orb. So with that being said, basically go over to Tqqq. This is the trade that I took. Okay. My entry is at $79.43. I already said that earlier. Basically what happened was I saw we were rejecting at the top of the 15-minute orb. We pulled back, and once I saw us start to get support, I'm instantly in. You know why? Because I can set my stop loss right, well, obviously it was right down here, but if I wanted to get a better entry down here, I was looking at setting my stop loss a little bit lower, which would have given me plenty of time to be able to figure out which way this is truly going. In reality, I ended up just running a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, waiting for this pullback. Once we got the push up, entered, set my stop loss right down here. What's the reasoning for setting my stop loss there? It doesn't matter. That's my risk. That's it. That's my reasoning, is that I know that I'm losing this much, right? I'm losing $150 or I'm making $150. In this case, I ended up making $150, and the reason why is because I combined all of these confluences together, and it gave me an edge within the market, and that's it. So overall, this trade was very slow, and as you can see, I could have held it all day. It made way more than I ended up making, but overall, these concepts play out very true within the market. So just highs and lows of the 15-minute orb, as you can see, and then reactions near the top and near the bottom. Simply watching those every day can give you an edge, give you an idea of where the market's actually going. And then on top of that, what I didn't even notice what was happening was the shadow supply strategy played out absolutely perfectly. So if we look on the 15-minute time frame, we have a candle wick. The bottom wick is longer than the body and the top wick combined on this 15-minute candle right here. And then that would have been an entry as well. As soon as that candle formed, could have entered, targeting the upside, 1-to-1, 2-to-1, whatever you want to risk. So with that being said, I mean, that was the breakdown for today's trade. Very simple, very straightforward, and I will see you guys in the next video to hopefully do it all again.